இதுக்கு தான் ஊருக்குள்ள ஒரு ஆளினார் அழகராஜா தேவைங்கிறது.
Welcome friends, welcome to my channel All in All Adityan. Today we are going to make a delicious Choco Cafee Deux cake. I am making it with Pillsbury cake mix, which is eggless, and we need just the basic ingredients, and it's strongly flavored with coffee. Okay, let's get on with it. I have taken 1 cup, that is about 240 ml of Pillsbury ready mix cake, vanilla flavor, eggless, adding about half a cup of cocoa powder. I'm going to shift it so that there are no big small grains in it, so it will be very smooth. Okay, now I'm going to add roughly about 200 ml of water. The water consistency, we should check it and add it little by little. We don't want to have the mixture too thin or too tight, so I am adding little by little until we get the right texture. I'm going to mix it well, adding a little more water. Roughly about 200 ml of water was required, maybe a little more or less. That's about it. We are looking for a ribbon-like consistency. You can use a beater, but I am more comfortable with this. And I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of cooking oil. I am using sunflower oil. You can also add melted butter if you feel like. Then we are adding in strong decoction. This is filtered decoction for the nice flavor. And also adding in half a teaspoon of chocolate essence. You can see a very nice shine the batter is looking. Okay, I'm going to scrape the sides so that everything is mixed up evenly. This 240 ml, that is 1 cup of cake mix, would give you about half a kilo of cake after it has been creamed. This is the consistency we are looking at. My oven is already preheated 10 minutes at 180 degrees. My tin is ready. We're just going to pour it out. See, it's nice flowing consistency, and it's got a nice glaze to it as well. I'm going to tap it off to remove any air holes in it, and making some swirl marks so that the cake top doesn't break. It's back in the oven, hot oven, for 20 minutes for 180 degrees. You can also put it for 200. Now we are going to start making our chocolate ganache. I am taking the milk chocolate compound of roughly about 100 grams, nicely chopped. Here I am taking whipping cream using True Whip brand, roughly about 200 ml, about half a cup of cream in it. What we are going to do is we are going to heat the cream just a little below boiling point, and just I'm going to take it out of flame and then add the chocolate bits to it so that it will melt in nicely. We have to keep stirring it. The heat of the cream, it will melt the chocolate, and I'll be adding a little bit of butter and some instant coffee powder into the ganache. You can keep stirring it, no need to put it on flame. The heat is more than enough, the chocolate will melt. Adding in the instant powder, it will give a nice coffee flavor and aroma to the ganache. We are going to use the ganache to add into our whipping cream, and also I am going to fill in inside the cake. Now I am adding about 2 to 3 tablespoons of icing sugar. The whipping cream is sweetened by itself. Since we are adding milk chocolate, it would be a little bitter, so I am adding the icing sugar into it, mixing it very well. You can heat the ganache a bit more if you find some small pieces of chocolate. I hear the ring of the oven. My cake must be ready. Going to take it out. Wow, such a nice fragrance of chocolate aroma is coming. Nicely done. The top is not broken. It's nicely baked. I'm going to cover it with a cloth so that it doesn't dry out. Now we are going to start making the whipping cream. I have already kept my vessels in the freezer for about 15 minutes. My beater, blades, everything. I'm taking about 1 full cup of cream, that is about 240 ml. This whipping cream is chilled, okay? It's not in room temperature. I had taken it out from the freezer and kept it in the fridge for a while, and we're going to start beating it. First, we are going to put it in slow speed. I have put ice cubes at the bottom because my kitchen is a bit hot. This would help our cream to get thickened very fast. Adding in about roughly 2 tablespoons of icing sugar. Then we are going to gently mix the icing sugar with the cream. Then we are going to keep beating the whipping cream. It would take roughly about 5 to 6 minutes depending on the brand you are using. For me, it took about 6 minutes to get stiff peaks. After a few minutes in slow and medium, you can turn it into high speed. You can see when the cream starts to really thicken, you can put it in high speed. I also add just a pinch of citric acid crystals into the cream. Now what it does is, it will give just a hint of sourness. I like that, but it's purely optional for you. A little bit of sourness, and then it would taste better. It actually brings out the sweetness also better. This cream is also flavored with vanilla. Actually, it comes flavored. Now just about ready. The stiff peaks are coming. Just a minute or so on high speed. You can see the volume has almost doubled. Now the peaks are holding. Nice and foamy, and you can see how it is, the texture. This is what we are looking at. I'm adding in the ganache, adding in little by little, and then we will do the folding in. Just be gentle about it because we want to use all the air which is inside the cream. It will lose its fluffiness. You can also add in some cocoa powder at this stage if you feel like. That's what I did. I have kept it in the freezer for 10 minutes and I'm beating it again. This our cake. What we're going to do is I'm going to cut it in half, and then we are going to start dressing it up. Okay? Oops, I forgot to put in the sugar syrup. Generally, I don't like it. It makes the cake very sweet. So just about a little bit of sugar, and just to keep the sponge a bit moist, you can do that. Now we are piping it up. Layering the cake, I'm adding the chocolate ganache in the middle. So when you bite into the cake, you have the taste of cream. You also taste how the chocolate ganache with you. Some crunchy milk chocolate drops. We do this for the next 3 layers, the same thing. Okay. So now we have the top layer almost done. Just press it up nicely. Now we are going to cover the whole cake with the cream. Spread it nicely. Cover on all the four sides. It is looking lovely at this moment. I just can't wait to cut it. Just a little more topping required. Okay. Half of the whipping cream I had kept separate for this decoration. I had put it into the piping bag and kept it in the fridge. And some chocolate drops on the top. And now our cake is ready. Guys, let's enjoy. Yep. Very smooth, very soft and moist chocolate Café Deux cake. Thank you guys. See you back with another video. Bye.